I was on the way to the funeral, and about 9:45, I had a telephone call from the funeral directors to say that there was an issue, but not to worry, things will still go ahead, but maybe a little bit later. 2 minutes before the funeral was due to take place, I was called by the celebrant to one side, and they said that unfortunately the funeral directors have had to cancel Dad's funeral. No real explanation as to why, just that this issue had happened. I was completely and utterly devastated. I went to Guyan's, the funeral director, with my auntie, and we sat down and they told us that the hearse had broken down. We reorganised the funeral for the following Friday. I then had lots of emails and phone calls with the funeral director, and eventually spoke to one of the directors of the company, and they said that they would do a full investigation as to what happened. 6 weeks to 2 months later, the report landed in my email, and what I read was just unbelievable. The hearse hadn't broken down. In fact, they'd gone to close Dad's coffin on the Monday morning, and to find that his body was not in the coffin. What can you say? Dad's body had been removed to Bath, but it transpired that nobody even realised Dad's body was there. Dad's body was just, you know, wherever it was. For 5 days, nobody knew anything about it. They didn't do any checks. None of their procedures were followed. This has all been corroborated in the report that I've received. I asked why. Did they tell me that the hearse had broken down? And the response that I had in the report was that the funeral director lied to me because she thought that by lying to me was easier than telling me the truth about actually what had happened. How do I even know that when the cremation took place on the Friday that, you know, that was even my dad's body in the coffin? You know, all anything they say now, you know, I begin to doubt. The trust that you put into, you know, somebody who's taking care of your loved one, and then for that trust to be completely obliterated. The company go under the umbrella of Dignity Funerals. Well, unfortunately, there was no dignity. All I hope is that, you know, they've put procedures into place now that this can never ever happen again to anybody else. It was, you know, there are no words. There are no words.